Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Snow and we are back again for another brand new Dungeon Quest video. And today, we're going to talk about one of the most important things that you should know when trading in Dungeon Quest: item values. As I've mentioned on our previous video regarding the basics of trading, one of the most crucial aspects of trading is knowing the value of your item, or should I say, what kind of value should you follow. For this video, we will discuss the different kinds of item values that could possibly help you to decide whether a trade is good or bad, and that's also the reason why you should make sure to leave a like on this video, and let me invite you to join the coldest squad in Dungeon Quest by hitting that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell to not miss any of our future Dungeon Quest videos or live streams. I really recommend to all of you guys to watch the previous video that I made, since this video is just a continuation of that one. Well, if you have already watched the previous video, you guys should already know that there I differentiate the item values into 5, namely gold value, rarity value, stat value, class value, and the market value. I cannot promise that we would be able to cover all of those 5 in one video, since I know that most of you will just skip the video back and forth. So instead of cramming all of those into one video, we will just cover 3 of them for now. Let's start with the easiest one, the gold value. As its name says, the gold value is the value of the item based on the gold that you've spent upgrading and maxing the item out. Sometimes the gold value also refers to the value of gold that you can get from selling the item to the NPC. This kind of trade is very common in weapons, especially legendary, since they have the highest number of upgrades, hence the most expensive to upgrade and to sell. On this current map update, Steampunk Sewers, you need an approximately 2.2 to 2.5 billion golds to max out a single legendary weapon, and around half a billion gold to max a purple set piece. You can get an approximately 24 million gold every run on Nightmare Hardcore, and 40 million plus if you have all the game passes, including those trash items that you can sell on the NPCs as well. Meaning it would take an approximately 100 runs on Steampunk Sewers to max out a single legendary, assuming that you do not have the ×2 gold and the +1 item game pass. There are 2 main reasons why this kind of trade value is very common. One, no matter how popular Dungeon Quest is, it's still a Roblox game. And with that being said, there are many casual players who are just not really playing the game seriously and just wanted to get an instant boost on their damage. The second one is because there are lazy players who do not want to grind gold and just wanted to see the additional damage instantly. Since gold are not actually that hard to farm, especially if you are doing runs with groups, and the fact that golds in your pocket cannot be traded, or at least yet, expect that there are many players who wants to get higher pot items in exchange of lower pot max. However, the difficulty of fighting trades like this highly depends on the time when you are trading or selling your item. Normally, a map only lasts from 1 month to 1.5 months. Trading for higher pot clean should not be that hard on the first week, since usually those players who didn't grind that much previously have depleted their gold upgrading and maxing out new but non-legendary weapons and also their new sets. This is what I call the golden time for you to find trades like this to easily get a higher pot. Doing this, however, requires one important thing. You have to have gold reserves on your own. That's the reason why, even though you're already satisfied about your current gears, I really suggest to continue grinding to have enough stock of gold before the new map hits. 2 to 3 weeks after the new map update dropped is a different story. This time, players are already aware how much gold they can get in every run, and usually those who will drop legendaries at this time already have enough gold to max them instantly. Another thing is that players already have an idea what pots are good and what pots are bad, so mostly they will be holding onto their items even though they do not have enough gold to max them yet. the table will turn upside down again when it's already near update. At this time, players who grind regularly already have multiple legendaries, and most players are just saving gold in preparation for the new map update. That's why it would be easier again to look for higher pot cleans at this time, since player would just rather keep a maxed out legendary with millions of gold in their bags so they can use it for a possible gold to item trade next update. Additionally, at this point of the update, you can even find people looking for a maxed purple second best weapon to a legendary, since, as I've said, all they care now is just to keep as many gold and tradable gold as possible. The second one would be the stat value. There are 3 visible stats that we have on Dungeon Quest: physical, spell, and HP. A good example of how stat value in trading works is if you would like to change class from warrior to mage or vice versa. Or let's say you were building a mage but you got a warrior piece drop instead. Trading one piece is pretty simple. If you have a 93k purple mage piece, for example, of course you are also expecting a 93k purple warrior piece in return. Swapping sets would also be handy and easier to decide, since if you will just follow the stat value, a 93k plus 89k set would be a fair trade to a 91k set. There is one thing, however, that many players usually disregard: the HP stat. Most players are just obsessed at the physical or spell stat, disregarding the HPs, which is actually wrong considering that you are following the stat value principle. Remember guys, that the higher HP of your set pieces have, the lesser stat points you need to put on your stamina to achieve the safe HP for the current map. On Warforged items, the worst HP that a purple item can have is 140 to 150,000 plus, while the best HP can reach up to almost 600k. If I would just care about general stats and trade following it, I'd rather have a 93.7k piece with a 590k plus HP or more, rather than a 94k with 540k plus HP. It is also possible to look for a more complicated trade but still revolves around the general stats. Let's say you have a 730,000 weapon and a spare 80,000 green set and you wanted to get a better weapon. Perhaps you can offer your 730k legend plus 80k green set to a person with 735k weapon but only has 75k set. If he would accept that trade, you will get a 5k stat upgrade, and so he is. The difficulty of finding this kind of trades heavily relies on the current map class favorite. That would be discussed on the class value part. This is the most less stress trade that you guys could follow, since you're just basically looking at pots instantly. However, even though we have item stat value, still people will and forever discriminate guardian items, so to set your expectation and for you not to be sad, even getting a blue mage or war piece for your purple guardian would be really hard, unless you'd be lucky enough to get one of the best pot for a guardian piece. Now, let's talk about the rarity value. In Dungeon Quest, we all know that we currently have 4 rarities for set pieces. The grays are the common, the greens are the uncommons, the blues are the rares, and the purples are the epics. Following the rarity value is pretty easy and simple. All you need to look for is a set with 1 lower level rarity for your piece. If that's not simple enough, it kind of works like this: gray set for a green piece, green set for a blue piece, and blue set for a purple piece. As simple as that. The difficulty of finding this kind of trade, however, depends on the current time as well. You also need to be aware about what pots are good and what pots are bad to maximize the profitability. All I'm saying is that I'm sure that you do not want to trade a blue set for an 86k purple piece, since a blue piece can go up to 90k pot itself. In short, Studying and observing the pots for each rarity is something that you should also do. Anyway, that will be it for now, guys. Those are the first 3 item values that you can use as a guide when trading items in Dungeon Quest. The remaining item values would be covered in our next video, so make sure to leave your notification bells turned on to watch it as soon as it was released. If you guys think this video is helpful, freeze that thumbs up button and make it ice cold blue. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay cold. Peace out.